that thought. Put a pin in it.
Do you need a checker?
Testing 1, 2. Okay, now it's working. Okay.
Yeah.
Added to that, we have literally 1 day left, 29 hours before we are done with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and trying to get our goal. I don't assume we're going to get all the way to $1,000, but every little bit you can will help. If you're curious where it's located at, it's right beneath our screen, right at our logo with the LGBTQ colors on it. If for some reason you miss out, no big deal. Starting off next week, we will start off doing a new charity. Unknown yet of what we're going to do, but we'll have something in mind. That being said, we got a couple things in the works as far as announcements. In 2 weeks, we will actually be starting up a Star Wars campaign that you guys can watch. That'll be on every Wednesday that this campaign is not playing, so every other week. And expect to get a new podcast in the show where I'm going to actually be narrating and going back talking about Campaign 1 for anybody who does not know what happened in Campaign 1 and is a little confused. So,
do we remember what happened in Campaign 1? Who knows?
I have notes, but things have changed, so I might be retconning some stuff for anybody who's actually watched it. But I know it's a hard one to watch. We were new at streaming, so I figured I'm going to do like a quick narration, probably about a good 10 episodes podcast style, and kind of go over what has happened.
Cool. Notes version. Yeah.
Spotlight.
I like it.
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself.
Check yourself.
So with that, let us begin.
Cutscene things like
right,
and
just
done.
carry it around with you.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
And we're
back
back.
to falling.
So, last we left off,
I know
Be
this
the
song.
plane.
Fort
Be
Phoenix
the
was
plane.
attacked by an unknown assailant that Avery was recognizing as some kind of freelancer. Immediately, as every soldier available started trying to attack, she was taking them out one by one, either destroying them or draining them of every little bit of energy they had, until they basically were nothing but just bags of meat laying on the ground. You were warned by Seraphina to not let her touch you, but please defend while she is protecting the ritual going on, allowing Norin and Af to reconnect. You all pursued in your own ways, some of you from distance, some of you trying to get up close. You found out that she was kind of hassle until you were able to do some damage, and she broke out of the meat suit that you were wearing until you found out that she is a creature that takes some kind of more demonic angelic form named Ira that has some beef with Seraphina that you are not fully aware of. Eventually finding out that you can't really kill her, you gotta hold her off for a little bit of time. Eventually she decides to depart, but leaving as a piece, since she's not happy that she was not able to get what she wanted done in time, she decided to take Fehnra, seen as the one sign of one of the things that she hates the most, which is an average soldier, pulls up in the air as high as she can in one turn, just 300 feet, and decides to look at you directly in the eyes and says, "You could have walked away," and she decides to let you go and flies off. And that's where we left off. So, for
battle plan.
For people that watch, yes, the rules are 500 feet per turn. I'm allowing this to be 100 feet per turn. So, it's going to take you 3 turns before you go splat on the ground.
I love the sad music we got playing. It's just
Absolutely.
Yep.
got the violins up in here.
So, I'm assuming you guys got a plan. Taking into account where she is right now is where she's falling. That's how far she is. So, currently she's 300 feet in the air. We're going to let each one of you have 1 turn per round. So you get to do one thing. You're not technically in combat, so you get like a central thing you can do. Let's say you can talk, you can move, you can do some kind of action.
Mm-hmm.
So, first off, Murph. What are you going to do? As characters, you can't stand around to plan this. Per turn is about 6 seconds. So,
Well, thankfully, that's why we planned earlier. That's why we planned.
Okay.
I'm gonna. That's why we planned sooner.
Yep.
I want to try and run. I want to try and run. I basically want to try and rip the fucking tent down.
Okay.
And then I want to have everybody try and grab the fucking tent and run over to where she's fallen and start to figure out if we can fight this and catch her in the fucking tent.
Okay. All right. So, give me a strength check. The tent is very durable, and it is holding up quite a lot of things, and it's being held up by several pillars. So,
could I help him since I was going to do the same thing?
If you want to use up your turn to do that, sure.
Yeah, because like I said, that was going to be.
Sure.
That's part of the plan.
We can use up your turn to help out. Both of you would do individual strength checks though, because I got a certain DC for that.
21.
21.
22.
All right, you're able to rip off a lot of the tents, but you can't take off the whole tent. So the whole tent is pretty large, and it's kind of overtaking certain spots. But you're able to take off, like, you're able to, like, rip off some tension, and able to pull off, I'd probably say, like, maybe, like, a 10 by 30 size piece.
Sorry, not sorry, Serafina. We need this. Bye.
That's a nice fucking tent.
Fuck you and your rituals.
It doesn't like tear the whole tent apart, but you like kind of like ripped off like the front and a little bit of the top. So you kind of like took off like a corner of the tent itself. But you have the tent, so that would be your action.
Yeah, and then we're gonna try and like position like.
I'd say on that turn you both can move to a spot you can within your movement speed.
Xander, do the thing! Xander, do the thing! Xander, do the thing.
Yes. Do the locate thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's also assuming that that's Xander. It's Xander's turn next.
Not Xander's turn next. It is Renora's turn next.
Okay.
You're muted.
Thank you. I was going to just like look in my bag to see what big fabric I could grab, but since I see them like ripping down the tent and running towards that, I'm gonna run and like grab a corner to like give it some slack, but also kind of a little tight, like have it tight and then be able to give it slack.
Okay, gotcha. All right, then Xander.
Okay.
Do the thing.
I'm going to cast locate object on Fehnra's. I think it was the Axe of Vengeance.
Winged Vengeance.
Winged Vengeance.
Winged Vengeance. There you go. Yeah, that was kind of close. To locate, to have a sense of where she's at, as she's falling.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I think the range is 1,000 feet, if I remember
Okay,
correctly.
so by the time you do that, she's almost dropped the 100 feet so far.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? I mean, that's your one action, but you want to move.
Grab the other corner.
I would get to the tent. Yeah, absolutely.
Where is your token?
I was gonna say I don't even see Xander.
Where is Xander?
I see Nixus,
was
but I
I
don't
back?
see Xander.
Is he underneath
oh.
something?
Or someone.
No, you know what it is? If you look under main characters, under the actors, I think Xander's picture is replaced by the dragon that Mixes got with them. And...
Oh yeah, because we did have the big mecha dragon too.
Oh,
You've been
that's what happened.
replaced.
He accidentally got replaced. Okay.
You've been replaced
Oh,
by a
that
fucking
was so
dragon.
bad.
You're the mecha dragon now.
Mecha
Yeah.
dragon.
You are the dragon. You are the Green
Please don't
Ranger.
give-
That was the real plot twist of tonight.
Don't give the future bard any more ego, please stop it.
Yes.
You don't. You think about it.
Back a dragon.
He could be the Green Ranger. I mean, the guy had a flute.
Yeah, right?
I mean, that's kind of a bard move.
That's fair.
I'm there for that.
He is the Pied Piper.
With
With the dragon.
Yep. Dragon. Pied Piper with a dragon familiar. Let's go.
Wow.
With a pseudo dragon.
Is the mecha dragon still existing in the area?
No, it only lasts for a couple turns, so it did disappear by the time of it.
Oh, okay.
we
Okay.
planned for that not being there. We
were
figured
like,
that
I
was
doubt
too
it's there,
easy.
Of course, it'd be too easy.
And just jump on the giant dragon.
Yep.
Oh, it's still doing it.
Yeah, the dragon.
Oh, there he is. There's the magnificent one face.
Okay. I'm blue. I'm Adidas.
I wonder why
If
it's
I was
still
green,
picking
I
I'd
heard
up
die.
Green Ranger and it reminded me of that meme.
Oh, I see.
Lord.
Man, Xander, you're taking a long ass time to get over here. What the fuck is wrong with you?
He can't run with his little dragon legs.
There we go.
That's fair.
I just had to modify myself back to it.
All right.
It's like trying to watch a small dog run.
Yeah,
Last but
right.
not least, for the last turn of the round, Fehnra, as you're falling that 100 feet, is there anything you're doing while you're falling? Is there anything you could try to do? Is there anything that you have thought of?
Panicking? No,
Screaming,
I
crying.
got.
Thinking about life.
Got nothing. Are there any birds
Parachute
up there?
cloak? Parachute cloak?
Oh, never mind.
There are like a couple like smaller birds, nothing large.
That's okay, because what I was thinking of takes 10 minutes. So no, I'm just
Speak with
panicking
animals?
as I plummet towards the ground.
Oh, just talk to some
All right,
birds.
cool.
Or yell for help.
Yep.
Round 2. So I'm just gonna say that the people who are grabbing the tent piece for you guys just as a whole, is there anything that you guys want to do while you're holding it? Just instead of taking each turn individually as a group, is there something you guys want to do as you're pulling it?
We should hold it high, hold it tight, and then as she gets but with enough extra fabric so that when she hits it,
It's it.
we can give
cradle.
it slack immediately so she doesn't
Bounce. So she doesn't trampoline.
yeah.
Sure.
Did
Mixus have anything
Sanders-
she wants to do during that? Or
So Mixus doesn't really have anything planned for this. She's very small, and there's nothing she can really do. So
Mhm.
she was
Okay.
basically
Probably-
saying that if there's anything you want her to do, then sure, but she doesn't really.
okay.
Go yell
Moral
at
support.
Okay, I was
did-
gonna say, does that take out the slingshot plan or?
Kind of,
slingshot
yeah.
plan.
Oh, we had plans. We had fucking plans.
Plan after plan
I
after
guess-
plan.
We're
Yes.
like Batman. You give us prep
Wait.
time, we can solve anything.
Yes. Did Xander get a ping from where she was from the locate object?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
are we
you
at
can-
least standing in the right area?
Are we in
yeah,
the
I
right
mean,
spot?
you're in the right spot. Yeah, you're in the right spot. It's
Okay.
not like she
Okay.
shifted or anything like that. You all can
Sure.
see her. The locate object does show that she has not magically shifted into another location. She's still falling directly above you.
Do we have to account for the wind velocity of a swallow carrying a
Right?
European or African?
Like all of a sudden, just like
You're
building,
right.
all of a sudden, like you guys are ready, and she just banks it like right at the end of it.
Yeah.
A
Just-
strong gust of wind takes her.
fucking boomerang just.
Another thought we had was, could Mixus yell for help to Seraphina or her guards or anything or mainly Seraphina, to help us in our effort to try to catch
Okay,
her?
I'll say
I'll
Mixus is gonna go try to get Seraphina.
Yeah. Fuck this ritual. You could do that later. We got bigger
Perfect.
problems.
You think ripping her tent down would have given her a little heads up we might need her?
You would
Hey,
think, but
Okay, she's
You never
able to
know.
convince Seraphina
Hi.
to come out, but Seraphina just
little
looks like
cold.
she's not quite sure what she can do in the matter, and she's more or less stunned by what has happened. And she's kind of more or less taken in the amount of bodies that are on the ground, other than the one person who is falling.
Fucking figure it out. This is your fault.
Okay, one more round. Other than Fehnra, you're getting pretty close to the ground. Is there anything else you want?
Well, did we have 2 more turns, or? 'Cause
Well,
that was just
we are
round
on the
That was
second turn.
turn number 2.
That was number 2.
Oh,
Turn
okay.
number 3
Okay.
is
Number
the last
3.
round,
So
and then
if you have something you want to do on turn number 2, because we all said we were just holding.
Yep.
I'm
Sure.
still
Layer
panicking
fabric.
and starting to cry a little bit.
take Mixus's pillow, put it on there.
At,
like,
at
just
this
start-
point,
Yup.
Fehnra, like you're almost you're like just at tree level because some of the highest trees are like about a little bit over 100 feet. So you've just passed like
Mhm.
some of the higher trees.
I'm like hugging my axe and just asking Bahamut, please save me.
CBX. Okay.
Yeah.
Spread eagle!
Oh, it's legit.
Cannonball!
All right. So
Spread
last
out.
turn, is there anything that y'all want to do to try to do anything other than holding the specific tarp-shaped tent that you have in your hand?
I'm shouting that at her to spread out, so her velocity isn't.
So the damage
Stop
dispersed.
cannonballing.
Yeah. Like I said,
Alright.
I would definitely take like Mixus if she, if Mixus would allow us to borrow the pillow and like anything else that's like
I'm
soft,
sure. Yeah,
like just
'cause
like
I'm.
layer.
What I
like,
pictured in my head was immediately as I run over there, Mixus would probably be there too, like, I'm helping! But she's too short to be able to hold it up as
Yeah.
hie as you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm probably
Right.
struggling, being like immediately over my head with how tall you and Murph are.
Yeah, that's,
So I'm assuming she's like
really fair.
probably jumped for a couple of minutes, went to go get Seraphina's attention. Oh, not minutes, but seconds.
Mhm.
And then was like, here! And then just like threw anything soft
yeah,
that she
yeah,
would
this
have.
is all happening within like 30 seconds of time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm sure
It's
it's
the
like,
panic.
Uh,
We're the
Right.
fireman that's lining
So-
up the trampoline. Like,
As she's falling, you guys kind of see her the last seconds like slow motion, like waiting to see what happens. So she falls and you kind of like pull back to make sure that she doesn't like splatter. You're able to get her to not like break her body, but unfortunately, she was down the bare minimum. Even the fall itself, even though you stopped her from breaking her body, the fall itself is going to do enough damage for her to go unconscious.
okay. But she's
unconscious
not
we
dead.
can fix. Dead is.
We can't fix Pancake, but we can fix
You can't
unconscious.
fix Pancake, but she is
But we can
currently
fix Waffle.
unconscious.
Okay.
We can fix Waffle, but we can't fix Pancake.
Oh,
right.
no.
Okay.
We can patch the holes back up in. We can patch the holes
We can
back up
eat 'em
in.
both.
That's just a fat
Now
pancake.
here's the drawback that you guys might not have taken into account. How many saving throws do you have left, Fehnra? You have 1.
Yeah.
So
No.
I was kind of seeing what you guys were going to do. Falling damage is quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
An amount so much that it's going to essentially remove that last saving throw.
Yep.
No, it's not.
So,
Okay.
Rewind. Plan 2.
Right.
as you fall,
Well, I thought you
Yeah.
had levitate, Xander, but
I did,
Yes.
but it did. I don't think it made sense for me to go up and catch her, but I don't think it would have made sense.
Levitate is something you can only cast on yourself.
Yes. So the plan.
If you had went
my-
up to catch her, it would have slowed down her velocity, so it's not terminal.
so, and realistically, yeah, it would not work fast enough. So, levitate itself can lift you up,
okay.
Yeah.
but with the movement speed of levitate, it would not have. It
It
wouldn't have
wouldn't have
worked
been
more
there in time.
efficient. It wouldn't have worked more efficiently than the tarp.
Got it.
So
got it.
Okay. That's what
Okay.
I kind of put.
Okay.
If anything,
that makes sense.
Xander would have taken damage while she would have taken damage.
Whoop.
Uh,
Then the good thing you didn't do that.
Well,
so
But
that
I'm
was
not a
consideration.
pancake.
you're not a pancake, but you are technically dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
During the last seconds, you're able to see everyone. You're not immediately done. You're not immediately dead, but you are dying. Is there anything you want to say or specifically think of during your theoretical last moments?
I'm gonna look around at the friends I made. And look at Mixus. And just tell her thank you for showing me that the world does have a bright spot in it. And allowing me to lay under the trees in the sun again.
Okay. After your words, you slowly go unconscious. Your body is still solid. You haven't broken any bones, but the fall itself is what really did the damage. Immediately trying to hold into as much as he gets, Seraphina runs out and immediately tries to push all you away as she tries to use healing hands on you. Being all freaking out, unsure of what's going on, as she starts screaming, "I can't, not another one, no!" As you can see her hands at the glow.
I guess
This is your fault. You bring her back now.
I'm trying.
Try harder.
Xander would have went over and tried to assist as much as he could.
Okay.
As well.
Renora's disassociating.
Helga's yelling.
As like you can see Seraphina almost like having like a mental breakdown. You can see her both crying and screaming at the same time as like you now look at the area around you. With the exception of maybe 10 people who hid, probably about 500 people died. There's just bodies all over the place. The work that has been put into the last 50 years that has been built up to all this has been taken away from her in one day. She has no army, she's got no military. She just lost everything, added to what she was already trying to get back. And she immediately looks up into the sky. Red, get the fuck down here now! Could have saved her.
The fuck is she gonna do about it?
You know she's watching. She could have
I
intervened.
don't give a shit. Our friend died because we tried to help you.
She puts her hand on her sword as she looks at you. You didn't have to do it. You could have walked away. I appreciate the help you did, but do not blame me for her death.
Some vengeful spirit, or whatever the fuck that was, came after you. How are we not supposed to blame you? They came here for you. We were here for you. You are the common denominator in this.
Renora's gonna place a hand on Helga's shoulder and just be like, she's right. We can just walk away. We should have just walked away. Come on. And then Renora's gonna start walking away.
Okay.
Oh.
As you immediately turn around and start walking, you immediately don't notice as soon as you do a 360 turn that you have someone standing directly behind you.
Oh.
As you immediately see the tallish God Triton standing right behind you. You summoned me? As immediately Seraphina just like rips through all of you and immediately goes through and immediately just like grabs her by her armor and just pleads to her. Bring her back! Bring them all back! Why? They died. That's fate. Then do it for me. Do it because there's some semblance of anything left in you. No. And in fact, I'm getting sick of you making requests of me. Once upon a time, you had a right to tell me what to do. If you were a Lasna, I'd listen. As she immediately grabs her by the throat and picks her up. But I am the god now, and you are nothing but a pawn.
What a bitch.
What if we made the request of you?
Yeah.
You are lesser than her. And
She doesn't
immediately just
respect us.
dropped to the ground. Next, she looks at you. None of you are instrumental to me at all. She looks back at
Well-
Seraphina. Forget you know me. I'll never answer your call again. As she just disappears.
Ren, who hurt you so badly?
Who
did
hurt
you
you?
This way.
Right? A distant voice says in the background.
When she leaves, Renora's just gonna be like, well, that was a waste of fucking time. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Yeah, Xander can't bring himself to let go, or he's just, praying to his god. Zula, do something, bring her back, shock her life, anything. You can do.
AED,
Just do
AED.
anything.
Give me a religion check, Xander. See if you can.
Oh God! Don't make
It-
me roll.
We're
There's
still
no way
having
I
problems
could.
last time, so see if you can communicate.
I was gonna say, there's no way I could assist, right? If I also call out to Zula.
You could. You already have an attachment to Zul.
It doesn't hurt.
I mean, my religion's ass, so it just might. I'm just saying, like.
try it.
Did you get a natural 20?
Natural 20.
Nice.
Yeah!
Oh, thank God.
Yay!
Alright.
Take
So
that,
immediately
fake
you
bitch.
get a pull. Everybody else sees this. A strike of lightning just comes down and almost directly hits Xander's loot. As
Oh my
immediate bright light overcomes all of you. You get all pulled into the world that Xander usually sees.
Don't worry, this is normal.
Compared to you being pulled up to the sky, the fog and the clouds already exist in this area due to the dampness and the dark. The fogs become thicker, but the objects disappear, leaving only the grass line and the bodies left on the battlefield. As you're moving around this fog like it's the thickest bog in the world, this moisture that is almost pea soup to move around in. Xander, this is different for you. Usually you're used to talking to her in the sky. Whether or not she decided to meet you on common ground because there's already moisture down there, or due to the semblance of what has happened, who knows?
Did Fehnra's body get sucked in with us?
Yes, Fehnra's body's there.
Okay, I'm cradling it.
Wrapped
Check
in a
it out.
blanket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Compared to seeing one person, you all start getting surrounded by about 8 shadows, made out of what looks like a fine silver mist. At first, they look like almost kind of like living light. They're not plastered on anything, but they're also just basically two-dimensional, like a mist shaped in a form of a person. But they're kind of like almost not fully there. It takes you a second to even notice a humanoid form. Otherwise, it's just kind of like a cloud that you look at it for one time, it's like, oh, that looks like that, and then you look it back at it another time, and it's broken up so much that it's lost its shape. And they keep walking around you. They start moving in closer.
Xander, do you know which one's the real one? Or are they all the real one?
It could be both. I've never seen this before, but I completely trust her. We're here for a reason.
Zula?
No one responds. They all keep moving forward. 3 of them come over by Murph. And immediately 2 of them place their hands on your shoulders, Murph. One on your right, one on your left. While the other one tries to take her from you.
Assuming like Sandra's just right there too, and although we're both kind of looking at him.
Another one comes up to Xander and helps you hold your loot, almost like helping you gesture it in a certain way.
Sure.
While another one comes up to you and takes your one hand that's not holding loot and almost forces you to pull it straight out.
Okay.
Murph, bring her over.
This better fucking work.
2 of them sitting in a spot where they're making you go. They're kind of like almost like pulling the bog out of the way. Almost like they're like forging something in the clouds. Like almost it looks like these people can actually create the pictures in the clouds. like making like this, almost like a reverse ritual, where a regular rune symbol is etched in the ground. What this is they're actually making the symbols out of clouds, so they're taking out the negative space out of it. Two of them are sitting there waiting for you to go down. As you see, one is walking in, looking different. As she's getting closer, you start to see the clouds move away from her. As you can see, it's Zula coming through, but she has a very stoic face. She's not happy, but you're not sure why. As the body gets closer, she just puts her hand above it, but not touch. As she pulls it up like an invisible string, lifting up like a puppet, pulling your hand, pulling your body up higher as you're just dangling, like your chest is being pulled up by like one tether.
This is Fehnra.
Yep.
We're talking about. Okay.
As the two that are holding you, Xander, start pushing you forward, so your hand just barely touches her. Even though you're not controlling your loot, they're playing it for you. As all of you hear this very somber sound come from his loot. Very sad. Very melancholy. But whatever it's doing is it's pulling energy from the loot and then moving from your right hand and then channeling in through your soul and coming out from your other hand. They're not telling you anything, but you can sense what's going on. They're allowing you to channel some way to bring her back, but it's not going to happen instantaneously. It's going to take you some time, but they're guiding you. As the rest of them start pulling away, until they all start looking at all of you, you start seeing eyes show up. Until they all start pulling into one. She still doesn't say anything. She just looks at Fehnra straight down. Just gives a kiss to the head. Just guides the hand across the locks of hair. Looks back at Xander. You don't know what she's saying. She's not saying anything at all. But you know her well enough to say this is going to take time. It's going to take patience. It's going to take resolve. You are not strong enough to revivify somebody. But with her help, and with a little bit of time, and a lot of soul, this can be done. As the bog itself starts clearing out, until you're back where you are, but she's still floating in the air, and her hand is still holding onto the loot and levitating her without your control.
If possible, like, Helga's gonna look up to Zula, even though she's not, like, saying anything, and, like, she knows that she's still new to this and doesn't have any, like, instrument, but she pulls out her puzzle just because it's the only thing she has, and she just looks to Zula and she's like, I want to help too. Let me help. Let me help Xander. I can be his strength. Take my strength and use it to bring her back. I don't know if I can, but I want to try.
You say that out loud?
To Zula, yeah, but I don't, she hasn't been
Yeah.
saying anything, so I don't know if it's falling on deaf ears, but Helga's at least wanting to try to help.
She stands there, looks at you, as she just takes her hands and she just kind of like pulls against her cheeks. And she takes one hand and she forces her face towards the direction she kind of points. Directly at the tent. Then she points directly at Seraphina. And she looks at you. She comes over right by your ear and whispers, very slightly, almost like a very faint wind comes past you that has a whistle to it.
What does she say?
Very slightly. Listen to her words. You may not like them. But the time is now for revenge to be had, and I will assist you in such. Some of you bring her back. Some of you fix why it was done.
I'll do whatever you need me to do.
I will fix why it was done.
She just puts her hands around your head. Okay.
Around Helga's or Renora's?
Helga.
Okay.
She looks directly at you. As she closes her eyes without saying anything. What do you do?
I just is she like above me or is she eye level with me?
She's directly eye level with you. She's gotten full like on her knees to try to get eye level with you. So she kind of like put her head towards you, like she's putting forehead to forehead, and she closed her eyes while she's holding.
Yep. Yeah, Helga's just gonna reach out and put her hands on top of Zula's, close her eyes, and then lean her forehead in against hers.
As soon as you do, you get a connection. She puts a mental image in your head. It's almost like a flash movement. You start from your point and immediately start zigzagging through the realm, following a certain path. So you get into this mountain range. Nothing too high, but just a set of mountains.
Do I recognize where this mountain range might be from? Like, is it same continent, different
It's hard to
continent,
tell
down
right
the
now.
block?
You can assume it's the same continent.
Okay.
It looks like you're going south. It's hard to tell. But you eventually get pulled to a spot where you see black armored female on a throne, holding a large sword. And
Can she help? What? You want us to find her?
She hinders you. The three of them all hinder you. She pulls herself back and moving like a cloud, her body starts disappearing one piece at a time until you're all pulled out of this arcane illusion. Until by the time you come back, you see at this point Serafina, Mixus, and Silic have made their way to a tent, but you see that Serena looks like she wasn't invited in and she's hanging outside. By the time you actually see like just seen a very sad Serafina like dragging her blade in and sort of like take off like pieces of her armor as she's walking.
Xander still is his loot still glowing and whatever with
It's
Fehnra,
still glowing.
but
Yep, you still
Certainly
are. You're
controlled.
still levitating her.
Okay.
So he's just like channeling to revive her essentially, or
Yeah, as long as he's
Yeah.
concentrated on this, he can revive her, but it's not going to happen in one day.
okay.
So Xander is not a high enough level to do Revivify without being taught
Right.
the spell, and he does not have the arcane power. So he's currently being channeled it through the loot that's been granted to him.
Got it.
Unfortunately, because a revival spell requires many items, and so even if you have the spell, you still need like diamonds and all these kind of things.
Yeah.
What Zula is doing is she's providing him the power to do this without killing himself in the process. But in sacrifice, it will take time. Theoretically, 48 hours.
Okay.
If it all works, it will be certain checks. But again, you do see the bodies all in place. It is a very, very disturbing sight.
we should at least get out of the rain.
Yeah. Does Murph have? Wait. So is Fearna's body just kind of like floating, or is
Is
Smurf the
Well,
whole
floating?
It's floating
Yeah.
at equal. It's like floating like about 5 feet off the ground,
Yep.
just high enough where like it can be in like a sort of like a tether to Xander's hand.
I've now
So wherever
become a
Xander
Halloween
goes, they'll probably
decoration.
just like float with him.
Yeah, it looks like it's like it lasts forever. You maybe have to find a spot to eventually rest her body,
Mhm.
but as long as you stay connected to her, you can at least keep channeling the energy through her.
Right.
Let's make our way back to the room then, so we can at least like have a spot to chill out at.
Yeah.
The room or
maybe
the-
guard me.
Just-
Maybe
yeah.
guard.
A room, so that way Fehnra can like just like
Oh, yeah.
chill out on the bed, and
Are
Xander
there-
can like hang out in the room and do his thing.
Are any of these tents that are off to the side still functional, or are they all?
Most of them are pretty
blown to hell?
destroyed.
It's gonna
Okay.
be
most
like
of them are
2
pretty
days, he said.
Room's easier to guard. Secure.
Yeah.
Trance, yeah.
Yeah, find something a bit more concrete to hold up
And we
in
can, like,
until
bring
this
your-
is done.
Food and whatnot
Yeah,
up to the room.
tie a little piece of rope to her and tie it to Xander.
Yeah. Am I a kite? Is Fear
No,
not
she's the kite.
Yeah.
You're the kid with the
I'm a
red
balloon.
cart
She's
with
the
the red
balloon.
flag on the
Yes.
shopping cart.
Benjamin Franklin.
So
She's just a-
you
Yeah,
eventually,
so
at this point, there's no one even dictating where you can and cannot go. You can even go to the luxury rooms, and no one's gonna stop you. The place is pretty
Then
abandoned.
let's go to the luxury. I'll lead the way,
Okay.
and then
you
like,
would
since
know where
there's
the
a-
luxury rooms
I
are.
would exactly. So I'm just gonna
It looks
set
like
us
a
up in the
bitch.
luxury room.
It looks like
We're gonna
anybody
take
did not
whatever we
partake in the
want.
fight kind of booked it, so the place is pretty trashed.
Cool.
Very apocalypse kind of style that they immediately just saw
Mhm.
the problem and they're just like, we're not here for this, we're out.
Yeah, just
Cool.
kind of like spruce it up.
I would like to
and-
grab a bottle of something on the way up to the room, some sort
Okay.
of mead or whiskey or whatever it's they got
Fuck,
going
grab
on.
2.
Grab a couple.
After you're able to set her down and spend some minutes trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, you get a knock on the door.
The fuck you want?
It's Silic.
We're not home.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Just kidding. Come in.
So
Yeah, still, the fuck you want?
Murphys is in a chair, like right next to where Fiona is laying.
I've been passing the bottle around as soon as we got Fear and all set up. Like, oh, bombs up. What a day, huh?
Silic comes in. He
Einstein,
doesn't
yeah.
fully come in. He kind of like leans up against the wall near the door frame and looks at you. I'm very sorry about your friend. I know I owe you guys a lot, and I'm sorry that I could not come in time, but the you know, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I know you're pissed.
That's an understatement.
But it looks like she, kind of like looking at Xander. Looks like you might eventually be able to bring her back.
Sorry, was there something like helpful, useful you came here for?
All right. Well,
Or you just come to offer your condolences?
Renora.
I come to offer a way to make sure this doesn't happen again. Something to take your aggression on. So this problem can be taken care of more efficiently next time, if it ever does happen.
Tell me all about it.
Also, side note, Helga would have asked Boulder to come with, and then would have asked Boulder if he wouldn't mind just staying, like, laying next to Fehnra on the bed, kind of like a comfort puppers. So,
That makes sense. All right, so big ass boulder that can take up a whole side
It's
stack
kind
is
of
still
like-
somehow like on there, but
Fiona's
kind
kind
of
of
like curled
like-
around Fehnra.
yeah, like almost like a big neck pillow.
Yeah,
Just
pretty
like,
much.
fold it around.
I mean, she said he can't smother her, so.
He just looks at all of you. Look, I know you don't know Seraphina well, but She's on a warpath. She's ready to go hunt down the gods of fate and destiny. And I'm not gonna stop her. But she's gonna need some help.
Okay, and?
Yeah, the last time we helped her, this happened. So, glad that you're here and all out of Shadowfell and everything's all hunky-dory, but we're kind of 1 for 1 on the helpful
Also,
situation.
to quote Seraphina, when we asked her for help when Fehnra died, doesn't seem like it's our problem.
We could have walked away.
She could just walk away.
You mean what? DM the player, you mean what Ira said?
Oh, no, DM to, player to DM. I'm just doing character development. This
Okay.
isn't anything.
Okay.
It's Renora being sassy.
Uh,
Surprise,
Fehnra
surprise.
being
Wait a
Renora.
minute, that's
Doing
character
what she does
development?
best.
Wait a minute.
Brand.
Yeah.
Silk just keeps kind of staying within the doorway area. Look, what do you need to be convinced? I mean, she didn't intentionally try to get your friend killed.
Well, I mean, she kind of did when she didn't bother to tell anybody that whatever the fuck that was gonna come after her. How could she have not known that there was something coming after her? And she didn't bother to let anybody in this camp know.
Trust me, if she knew that Ira was coming, she would have warned somebody. She didn't know.
Okay, well, doesn't seem like our problem. Our dead friend certainly wasn't her problem, so I don't understand why her problems are now our problems.
I think at this point it's better to wait till we at least can succeed in bringing our friend back, and then we can worry about step 2. We got enough to deal with right now. We can't split. We gotta stay here.
Alright, well, he just grabs his sword. I wish you the best of luck, but we're gonna be heading out in a couple hours, so good luck as he starts walking out.
Godspeed. So we still all need to long rest.
Mm-hmm.
We have not done
We should
that
take.
yet.
We should at least take. Take
Shifts.
shifts just because Xander needs. How are you looking, Xander? I mean, I don't have any health potions,
Can't
but we
stop.
can go. Huh?
I can't stop.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, maybe we can take a nap and then go try and find some, loot some health potions so that way you can at least
Yeah.
stay topped off because you can't rest. So,
Yeah, all that's wonderful.
Yeah, okay. Right now, honestly, it'd probably be the best time to do that. Just go loot it right away while everybody's still,
and panic.
gathering the dead.
Yeah.
Gathering the dead.
Oh.
Also,
That's gonna
FYI,
take a
Mixus
minute.
is not with you. I have specific instructions from
Oh.
Amber.
Okay.
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 Well, then, yeah.
Do we want?
I'm gonna go grab some supplies. And so I'm
do you
just gonna...
want help? I feel
Sure.
like Murph and Boulder can watch over the two of them while we go make a quick little. I mean, granted, I'm not in the greatest health state either, but I'm aggravated and want to move. So,
Yeah, and I don't think... Well, I hope.
because sitting in a room is just gonna make Helga more upset. So,
I hope that... Well,
Right.
my... thought process...
Today, Junior.
My thought process is that everybody is going to be busy gathering bodies and doing what they need to do post-mortem, because bodies do stank real fast.
yeah.
Nobody's gonna grab
So-
bodies. There's no one to grab. The only
Hmm.
few people left is Silic, you guys, Serena.
You thought you said there was 500 dead.
There's
No,
500.
he's saying there's nobody
people
left to
left.
grab the bodies.
Yeah.
We are the what is
There is
Well,
no
left.
that's even
cleanup
worse.
crew.
Well, then Seraphina's going to have her handful. I don't know what to tell you.
Loot the bodies, leave the corpse.
Yep.
Oh.
Go to the shops first, because unlimited stock there.
What was her?
Oh, is Tabitha gone?
Hey, player question.
God's
Mhm.
I thought a minute.
Who's got the sending stones for,
Oh, me and
Is-
Mixus.
okay.
For Sil. Sil, okay.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, DM, but isn't Agatha the satyr potion maker in Fort Phoenix? Or is that somewhere else? The one that I offered to make a bigger tent for before we left for the Shadowfell?
Could be, but she'd be dead.
Okay, well I was gonna say we go visit
Pleasant.
her shop because at least I know that there's potions there.
Yeah,
So-
let's just go to
See what's left, yeah.
whatever shop. Let's just go to the shops, wherever it is.
Okay.
We should probably get health potions. Maybe we'll swing
So-
by the armor shop, see what they got.
The potion maker actually has a tent. They didn't actually have a building; they had a tent.
Okay,
She's the one who
well
made
then,
home brews.
got it.
So she would
Yeah,
have a
I
tent
think
on the
that's-
far east side of the
Yeah.
fort.
We'll start there.
Any tree that we walk by, Helga's just gonna punch it because she's still upset, but she doesn't want to actually hit anybody. She doesn't want to kick a dead body. That's disrespectful. So she'll like punch a tree.
As you start heading away past the few people that are left and start heading over to the tent, Mixa starts running after you. I'm not gonna fucking do the Mixa's
God.
voice. I'm not. So don't expect me to do it.
Okay.
Oh God, why is she here? Not today. Not today.
What the hell, guys? Are we gonna help?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
are. We'll meet you over there.
Meet me over where?
Over there. And then I'm just gonna like
Where the inn is.
I'm
Gesture
sorry,
to
it's
where
off screen, but I'm
Murph
doing
and-
this like off in the distance, like over there somewhere. Like I'm not even making eye contact with her. I'm still just gonna keep walking towards the tent.
You can either come shopping with us or go sit in the room with the others. Pick one. Those are your options right now. Or you can wander and do whatever the hell you want. That's where we're gonna be.
Okay.
And Helga's just gonna take off after Renora, and if Mixus follows or goes back to the room or does whatever the fuck, then that's up to her.
She immediately puffs up her cheeks and gets really pissed, and she starts walking back over to the tent. You make your way over to Agatha's tent. Everything was fragile. It's broken. Nothing
There's
really-
no chest or anything.
No, she hung up most of the stuff. Like, there are some, like, boxes, but they are not filled. Most of the stuff that she had that she already created would have been on shelves, and they're all destroyed.
Got it. I want to look. Are there any bodies immediately in the vicinity of the tent?
Probably about 40.
All right, I'm gonna start.
You
looking
take
through the
20, I
bodies
take 20.
to see if split it down the middle. If they have any health potions on them.
Okay, so due to the constant depression of late and people barely surviving, health potions would be very slim to nil. I'd probably say,
Nobody looted
I'd say
and
if you
tried to make
decide
a run for it.
I decided to say if you decide to try to pick off everybody, you can get yourself 18 basic healing potions.
Okay.
Sold.
Done and done.
19, That's. Oh, I suppose out of 500.
Out of 500, yeah. So
Yeah.
you can get
Yes.
yourself
Yeah.
18, and those are just basics.
Something.
Mhm.
Right.
Other than that, no one really has coin on them because everybody was going through depression at this
The
point.
basic one.
Oh, right, because they were getting starved out.
Yeah, they were getting starved, and even the cooks couldn't.
They
keep
couldn't
up
grow
with-
their crops or whatever. And
Yeah, everything was done.
Yeah,
up.
that's true. True.
So no coin.
Any jewelry? Any fancy jewelry?
No, this is not a rich
No wedding
community.
rings.
I'd say you can find some magical weapons, but nothing crazy. That's a low roll.
Put them
You're
all
It makes
in
sense
the-
though.
You're mostly
Briefing.
finding like Heartwind Guild swords,
Mhm.
which are both short swords and long swords, and they're just +1 swords.
Nah, fuck that.
Due to my low roll, you can't find one that specifically is like, oh, this sword's fucking sick as hell. They're
Yeah.
all,
Nice.
nothing is really that crazy right now. Anybody who probably had a really good blade is probably was outside the fort when the battle happened, or the blade maybe expended out all its charges, and you can't tell which one is actually one that maybe just needs to recharge.
Okay.
For the people who are looking around, just give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
6.
Okay.
Investigation 14.
14. Okay.
Hey,
so,
there's the guy.
So for the 14, you eventually cross over the slopped off flesh that was Ira's body that she was wearing. And you do accidentally like almost trip over the sword that person was wielding. The sword itself is still glowing with the blood luminescence on it. The blade itself looks extremely magical, especially when you're fighting against her. It did have some very powerful techniques that you're not really sure of what they do, but you can tell that it might be a good thing to hang on to.
Yeah, I'll wrap it in some like cloth or fur that I have, just because I don't know if it's cursed, so I don't want to touch it right away.
Okay, so for
Throw
right
it
now,
in the bag.
just call it in your inventory. Just call it Ira's blood blade.
Hell yeah!
I don't want to say
Bone breaker with a blood blade. Let's go.
But that's the only thing like unique that you can find.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, obviously you're not hunting inside of Seraphina's tent, so you can't find
Yeah.
anything in there.
Not yet. We're not hunting in that tent.
Okay.
Is there any places for like food or rations or anything left over? We need to make sure that we have.
I mean,
Food
if
or
you
just
go back
things
to
for-
the tavern, you can find like simple pieces of meat that were already cooked off. Found some meat, some breads, but most of their kitchen has been quite wiped out. If you wanted to carry whole bags of grain and drag them along with you, more power to you. But that's like the only thing that's still like in full barrels that you can find. Most of the meat has been cooked off. A lot of the fish has either spoiled or it's going to spoil in a couple days.
Spoiling in a couple days is still good enough for tonight, right? Let's go.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you
Exactly.
can grab some
Just
fish.
Like a fire. No.
They're
Yeah.
mostly just like random fish. It's nothing like crazy. It looks like maybe like they ran out of stock, so then the people who are the fishermen around here probably went and just grabbed whatever they could. And these might be the ones that you would actually throw back, but beggars can't be choosers, kind of thing like that. So some of them are nicer than the others. Some of them are good like fish for fillets and stuff like that. So you're able to grab some stuff.
If I wanted to, just for funsies, attempt to carry a thing of grain, because I can.
You strong.
I'm strong and I get advantage on carrying things. So, what would be the?
I'd say
If
since you're not in a
just
rush,
for funsies.
I'd say since you're not in a rush, you could make it there. It might take you a little
Okay.
bit of time, but you could take it there. No one's
Fuck it,
stopping
we don't
you,
know what
no
it's
one's
gonna be
blocking
needed
you.
for. Yeah.
No one's in your way, and you're not in a rush, so you can definitely.
Worst case, we get a barrel out of it. You know what? Well,
Sure.
yeah. This way, we have some rations, some stuff, so that way, when Fehnra
we're-
wakes up, we have stuff to
Stock
keep
up.
Xander fueled. Like,
And I'm bringing around the designer luggage so we can just like arm swipe it into the for later. So since there was 18 health potions that we got, I'm gonna give 3 to you right away.
okay.
And then everybody else will divvy out 3 for everybody. So we'll just have to remind Meeksis.
okay.
I'll put 3 in Fearna's bag, even though like there you go.
For when you wake up,
Right?
mix
So-
that with some alcohol because I'm sure she's gonna need it. Like, just-
Right. Honestly.
Yeah.
So for Xander, as far as how this is going to work, at best case scenario, this is going to take you 48 hours. Every 8 hours you have, as long as you have not broken concentration on the technique, you'll have to give me a concentration saving throw. If for some reason you fail, you have broken concentration, you're going to have to try to re-engage. After the first 12 hours, you will suffer levels of exhaustion.
Yep, I figured.
So the checks will become more difficult.
Oh, good.
No matter what, this will happen. It depends on how long it's going to take you.
Sure.
Resume.
I
We're
got you,
still in
and
it.
then I'm gonna, instead of, I was gonna hand you 3, but I opened one and feed a health potion to you, Xander.
Good.
Feeding
So
you.
now you only have 2.
You have health potions. I'm not feeding you. That's below
No,
the
that's
standards.
it's one of his. Instead
well,
of
yeah,
handing
no,
it
I'm
to
just
him,
saying.
like, and there
I'm
you
just
go.
saying
Right.
No, I'm just saying in general. I am not feeding him. That's below Helga's
So,
standards.
Xander,
To
you
be
heal-
fair,
you heal for
Renora
10
feeding
then.
you a health potion is her
Sure.
being like, here's a
And I
potion,
guess-
and then just start pouring it on your face until you're like, oh,
I did look at my sheet. I actually didn't take too much damage during the fight, so we could save that.
You want to save it? Okay.
Yeah.
Spit it back out. Spit it out.
All right, then I'll
Yeah, we
after a
could-
few
we
drops,
could-
like, oh,
baby
okay,
bird it.
never mind.
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
the cork back in it.
Yeah. It's all good.
Baby bird, baby bird.
I know. Live as hell.
So
Is Mixus out collecting bodies? Is she back in the room?
No,
I think she went to
told-
Seraphina's tent.
She went to the tent.
she's with Seraphina.
Yeah, she's with Seraphina.
Okay.
You could check on her.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Renora does not care to check. Renora is barely hanging on to this reality.
Okay.
She is fully disassociating. She's just getting what she needs to survive because that's the only thing that matters right now.
Mm-hmm. Hey Murph, you want to go take a
People die
walk?
every day.
You look like you're not doing so hot. You wanna go get some fresh air? I think fresh air will do you some good.
Murph is gonna, before he stands, yeah, sounds good. Before he stands up, he's gonna lean in into Fehnra's ear and whisper, I haven't known you long, but I recognize a fellow warrior's soul. And you gave me friendship. And I will give you fucking vengeance. Then he stands out and goes, takes a walk for air.
I'm gonna follow out just to make sure that no one's going anywhere alone.
Cool. Xander, are you doing okay? Are you doing? You good?
Yeah, Xander probably's in some sort of trance, and he's fully concentrating on.
No, Renora's asking Xander. Are you good?
Yeah.
Cool. Renora's gonna do a long rest.
Oh yeah,
She's going to sleep. Good night. I'll see you all in 8
you could be
hours.
like, "Boy, you good?
Yeah, you're fine, right?
I'm fine, right?
Hey, you're
Exactly.
standing watch, right? Cool.
Xander, that's so nice of you to say. No, stop it. No, you should compliment me. I am the prettiest, I know.
No, I am the
I
greatest. Thank you
am
for
the
noticing.
prettiest.
Exactly.
Older, am I the prettiest? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The boulder is confused why the lady is talking to the one in
To the unconscious one.
the
To your what?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to go, like, on a big, wide, extravagant thing, like, outside, but I figured Murph probably needs some air.
Probably.
He's
Does
gonna
he
walk
has a-
down to like the doorway that we walked out, so he can kind of see the bodies and everything laying out there, and just kind of stand there.
Yeah, fuck these people, right?
Which ain't shit, but tricks and tips.
That happens no matter where you go. But I want a fucking name, and I want fucking vengeance, Helga.
Oh, so do I. This is war. It's just a war against who?
Whoever gets in the fuck of my way of getting that winged bitch, I'm gonna fucking tear her apart. Limb by fucking limb. You think Seraphina knows?
I think Seraphina's full of shit, and she knows more than she's letting on. She's just trying to cover her own ass and make it look like it's not her fault. There's no way that something that bad that came specifically for her, so there must have been history. And she's been around for a long time. At least that's what, rumor has it. I refuse to believe that she had no idea that this threat was out there. I don't know if she was trying to hide and lay low in hopes that the threat would go away, but I refuse to believe that. And I know, Zula, when we were there, she told me to trust Seraphina's words, but it's very hard, and she's gonna have to work very hard for me to. She and Seraphina is going to have to work very hard to make me want to do anything for her again. Because, like I said, we did this for her, and this is the result. What if it was what if it was two of us? What if it was all of us? Then what? Congrats, we got your friend back from the Shadowfell, and he's all good now. Maybe you're the only two left. Like, what are you gonna do then?
You said you wanted to take a walk and get some air. He nods towards the tent. How about we take a walk fucking over there?
Yeah, I'm down. Go make sure Mixus isn't doing something stupid.
He starts walking towards the tent, and as he does, the ethereal arm just barks up. Let's go have a fucking chat.
Helga, as soon as Renora gave Helga those 3 health potions, she took them as shots because she had 13 hit points left. She had 13 hit points left.
They're for later. What? Go to bed.
Go to bed. I will save 1.
Oh, okay, 2.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're going to we're going to
have
figure
a
this
nice
out.
little chat. I just want to talk to him. Dad, why do you have a gun? I just want to talk
I just want to talk to him. What, he doesn't like guns?
I'm just gonna talk to him.
Yeah.
Just gonna talk. We're just
I
gonna
just want to
talk.
talk. I just want to talk.
We're just
Just have a chat. We'll chit chat. We'll chat.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going in the fucking tent.
Okay.
Guns blazing, metaphorically.
Wow.
Matt.
That comes later.
So as you start getting closer to the tent, both of you give perception checks to kind of keep your ears open to like what they're saying as you get closer.
That's a 2. I'm too angry.
I'm too furious.
15. All Murph hears is the blood in his heart just.
Right.
The inner war drums are a pounding. I have a need for some vengeance. I didn't take a drink. I'm stone cold fucking mean sober.
Helga, you hear them like talking. You can hear like Silic talk. You can hear Seraphina talk, and you can hear someone else sounds familiar, but you can't really like place it. Along with Mixus talking about that that they believe that she is located north over at Taverton. That's where the men found her last. If they and you just hear it's like if you can hear Seraphina say, if we can get her and snap her into whatever the fuck, she can help us take care of this. But we can't do it without her. And I swear to God, if she's not gonna help, then we'll fucking kill her. But we can't do this without her. And that would be the time that you guys you guys would walk into the tent if you guys decided to bust a move in there.
What the fuck?
Can we use context clues to figure out that like she is up north? Are they talking about Ira, or do we know who the she they're referring to is?
You can guess, but you'll know.
Okay. I just like Helga does like a grand bow because she knows that Murph is gonna go anyway, so she was like,
He's gonna be like the Kool-Aid man.
and did they put the front door
After
back
you.
on the tent?
No, you can actually see part of like their table from like walking outside. Like their war table's like right in the center, and like Mixus is actually like standing on a table while the rest of them are standing around it. But the person that you can't
Aw,
recognize,
that
the
means
voice
we
is
can't
kinda,
flip
like,
the
in, like,
table.
the negative space of you.
I just like, after you, because I see that his arm's glowing, and I don't want to get in the way of that. So like, I'm pissed too, but I don't want to get hit by that shit. So
Is there, so like when we walk in the tent, is there like a sheet separating us from
Not really.
them, you guys?
No.
there was, we took it
There
down.
was, but it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said the table's in the middle?
Yep.
And Mistress is on it.
Oh, Mrs. On it.
That's what I said. I was like, damn it, we can't flip the table. I mean, we
No.
can, but
I wouldn't recommend.
I don't think Mistress would take too kind. I'm gonna flip a
I'll get
chair.
Other than
I'm just gonna freeze
other
one
than
of the
Serena,
poles.
no
and-
one flinches. Serena's yeah. What'd you do, Murph?
I freeze one of the poles and smash it. I want fucking answers! Who's giving them to me?
Serena
Who's
just like
giving
looks at
them to
everybody. Mixus just looks at you. You think you're the only one who's pissed? I'm pissed too. But I'm not coming here trying to break shit. If you wanna ask her some questions, you need to sit down.
Helga just starts laughing at the fact that it's little tiny Mixus trying to yell at big bad Murph with a glowing ethereal arm.
Calm.
Okay, so
I am calm.
So Mixus actually walks up, like, as far to the table as possible to get, like, right up the Murph, even though she can't reach him, and she gives the most stern stare she can get for someone her size.
Is that supposed to be intimidating?
Oh,
He sits down.
it's not gonna be a dare.
2 fucking minutes. They've got 2 fucking minutes.
Everybody processes grief differently.
Yep.
As, like, you can see that she's, like, holding it back because see Mixus has been, like, crying profusely, as you can see, like, the marks in her eyes, but she's treating it differently from the rest of you.
Murph's eyes are red and he's like angrily sucking back tears, but you can see they're rimming.
Seraphina just, like, looks at you as, like, she moves out of the way, and you can see Norin standing right by her. Norin's different than he was before. You can see he's got horns now. He's got, like, blackish scars on his eyes and black and green eyes now.
Oh, hey, glad to see
Keep
you're
thinking.
well and dandy. Thanks for the help earlier, too. You know, great. Love it.
He just looks at you. You're all pissed, but what would you have me do? I was unconscious.
Everything kind of.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
I'm fucking playing with children here.
Renora's rubbed off on Helga. Everything kind of. Try harder, forehead. Like, come on.
Try harder for it.
Seraphina just looks at you. Well, you said you got 2 minutes and you want answers. But what questions do you have?
Start from the beginning.
Of what?
And make it quick.
You are being absolutely vague.
What the fuck was
Where?
that? We can start there.
The creature? That's Ira.
Yeah, no,
She's-
yeah, we got that. Like, details. Now who's being vague? Oh, it's a creature. Where
I'm sorry,
did
you
she
guys are gonna have
come
to give me a
from?
minute. Like this weird thing is really is. I gotta hang on. I gotta process it. When people talk like this normal to me, I snap. So give me a second just to get through this.
Channel inner Seraphine. The stoic
From
Seraphina.
the DM.
Seraphina.
So
I'm right there with you.
Getting a snappy contest.
Honestly, like,
Seraphina just looks at you. All right, so there's only a few people who know in this world what Ira is. Ira used to be attached to the plague. We thought that she was destroyed, along with whatever was left. But
Well, you thought wrong.
Silk just like walks up
Here
to
on
you.
the wind.
Your attitude
Obviously.
isn't helping.
Yeah, guess what? I've heard that before. Keep going.
Seraphina's just gonna look at you. Silk's just gonna look at her. Silk just looks back at you. Look, we can make this as painless as possible. She's willing to answer your questions. But stop
And
being
I'm-
a bitch!
No!
He just walks right up to you, looks at you. Look, I appreciate everything y'all done for me.
And you have a funny way of showing it. Now get out of the way and let her answer the damn questions. I'll
Give me
be
a dexterity
quiet.
saving throw.
I'll listen.
Give me a dexterity saving throw. He's pissed.
Oh yeah, no kid. Helga pissed someone off. It's fucking crazy, right?
Weird.
Wild.
Hopping off of the mouth, piss somebody off. Weird.
21.
21. Okay. You're able to dodge his movement as he draws his sword, and you're able to move it back. I need everyone to roll initiative.
I'm asleep.
Okay, whoever's there just
Right.
roll initiative.
Yeah. Murph and Helga.
Perfect and Helga. The pain train.
I said,
Here's
nah,
this little
I'm
boy.
done. I'm going to bed.
As Meeks
You're
is just
iterating.
yelling,
Let
"Don't
it
do this!"
go.
As Silk just looks at her. They're not listening to the words. So maybe if I beat them up a little bit, they might listen. Alright. What'd you get for initiative?
Combat.
We're going into combat.
21.
21.
19.
Okay. Let's see what Silk got.
This is Brains versus Brawn tonight, folks.
Mhm.
Here we are.
This is why I took those health potions, baby.
God.
This is why, because you're expecting to fight everybody, our
You're
allies.
starting some shit. God.
Like, hey,
Ugh.
can you not? You were like, no.
Can you,
Yeah.
can you not? You know, like...
Can you quit being a bitch? Can you fucking get out of my face? Like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Can you
about.
quit being a bitch?
Sure, when Renora
turned
does it,
around
it's
top.
funny, but when Helga does it,
Oh,
it's
I don't find it
'Cause I
funny
know when
either
to
way.
stop.
Hang on a second.
Well, here we are tonight, folks. We found out a way to
Alright,
fight
so I'm
some
just gonna make some twists.
I just remember
Alright, so
Joe
he got-
I'll fight
earlier
you,
in the
I'll
day
fight this
was
paper bag, I'll fight
So he got a
anybody.
19. What was your two initiatives again?
I also got a
21.
19, and Murph got a 21.
Okay, so his dexterity is a +4. What's yours?
Oh yeah, no, he definitely
All right, so we're gonna start
has
off
higher
with
dex.
Murph. So we're gonna hang on. We're gonna put these in the right spot. So he's about over here. Let's see.
What's Serena like? What the fuck is going on?
Serena's
Yes.
moving back. Mixus
Like,
is about right there, and we gotta put. No,
Rationality went out the window about 5 minutes ago.
Hey, I sat down. Mixes yelled at me. I sat down. I gave him 2 minute. I gave him a 2-minute warning, but we went off the rails.
You can choose not to do anything if you don't want to, but you guys have.
Yeah, you choose what you want to do, Murph.
Yeah. Murph, what do you want to do?
You want to fight Helga's battle?
Stop! Go to bed.
I'm asleep.
Yeah.
You're hearing this on the wind and in your mind.
I just got a dream vision of Renora.
My orc sense is tingling. Hold on.
Like, you're really gonna fight
Pops
her
up
battle?
on my shoulder. Are you really gonna let that bitch again pull you into a fight?
Listen to the other one. Yeah, but it'd be nice.
I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay, what's
I'm
the
just
action you're
chill
gonna
for a
hold?
second.
What's the action you're gonna hold?
If he really wallops and knocks, like really
Lays
Like-
into Helga.
really lays into Helga, he's getting the ethereal arm upside the back of his head.
Okay, so the ethereal arm is, I believe, only 5 feet. So for that to work, you would have to be within 5 feet of him because you can't move. You can't move and attack as well.
I can't move and
Yeah, so-
okay. You
Now,
know
if
what?
you
I'm
decide to
just
say
waiting.
if he comes within 5 feet of
Yes.
you can punch him. You can do that.
We'll do that.
Okay.
We'll go with that. I like that
Let
idea.
Helga fight her
Thank you,
battles.
DM.
Right, if he's gonna
Alright.
drag you into it, then.
So
Yeah.
he just looks directly at Helga with a pissed off face. He just stares
Mhm.
at you.
Maid mugging you.
So He's gonna pull
Oh, I
out his
can't wait to get my ass
sword.
kicked. It's gonna be great.
22 to hit. He's gonna channel all of his packed weapon into his sword, so you are gonna take 43 points of slashing damage.
Oh yeah, no, I'm unconscious by like half,
Okay.
by like double.
Cool.
Okay,
So
he immediately
smart.
takes his
Are you
blade and he
happy?
immediately slashes at you
No,
as you immediately
I
drop
am
down.
happy, but
He grabs you by the throat and just pulls you up towards him and just looks directly at you. Enough of your shit. If you don't want to be part of this, I could easily just take you out of this. So choose. Either sit and fucking listen, or I can make this hard for you.
well, now she's unconscious, so she can't say shit either way.
Oh, you can say something. You can still
Yeah.
respond.
He's
You're
gonna
not
give you
dead.
that. He's gonna
You're
give
not
you that.
dead.
Yeah.
He's like lifting you up by like your what little you have of clothing up top, and he's like pulling you.
You're just like within an inch of your life,
Yeah.
not like.
Yep.
Helga's just gonna raise her hands. You win. I'll sit.
Before he lets you go, he stares right at Murph. What about you, big man? You want a piece?
Listen, you little shit. I want the one that hurt my friend. If you're gonna get in the way of that, I'll fucking smash you. Otherwise, what do you say to her? Sit down and shut the fuck up.
Okay. He drops.
You guys are feisty tonight.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
He
Hey,
drops.
we
he
skipped
dropped
last
Helga
week. This
down.
is 2 weeks in the making.
You heard
guys.
our girl.
Up anger.
You made us drop our girl. We're feisty now. This is us now. You want to know who hurt us so bad? You already know.
Oh, I
He-
want to go
I'm glad
get my
I don't have to
favorites
play
in the
feisty.
room.
He drops Helga and he makes 3 echoes of himself. Where is his character? Where did I put him?
Did you poured him over? No, Silic. At least somebody's the voice of reason. Besides Muxus. But...
As he just looks at you and you can hear an echo coming from all 4 bodies. You just hear. You can listen. We'll help. But you talk. I'll do to you what I did her. As you see them all unsheath their sword. Just for
You just
context, he
go-
is level 20.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
so-
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a.
Oh.
That's why I was like, oh man, I can't wait to get my ass kicked. This is gonna be nice.
Yeah.
A refreshing change of pace.
Murph
Hey,
is
it's
gonna
Helga back in session 0, guys. Let's go.
Murph's gonna what?
Yeah.
Oh.
just smile and sit back.
Okay. Combat's still gonna exist, but one of the copies looks over at Seraphina as he just gestures her to talk. As she mentions, well, somehow she was brought back, but she wasn't like this before. She was weak, she was powerless, she was a husk. She was everything left of negative thoughts, negative energy, negative everything that was left after the plague. But instead of her just dying out, the Aberrant Kingdom decided to take it upon themselves to poke, prod, and experiment every which way at her, showing her nothing but anger and fear in a world that she did not understand. Normally you could sympathize with a creature that's being in that case, but she had a few resentments due to her past. One, she was attached to one of the gods, Armros. When we defeated the creature, Armros decided to turn into a Lasna. During that time, my body was inaccessible, and she decided to take it upon herself to blame me for being left alone and being poked and prodded. Even though that she used my body as a puppet before I got it back, she'll always resent me and hate me for it. And I think forever she cannot do anything without needing a meat puppet with her. As far as why she hates me, I think it's as simple as that. She's a child that lost her mother and she's blaming a person that merely tried to do the right thing. Now, under some people's eyes, maybe it was the wrong thing. But to protect everyone and to stop this world from constantly going through the constant infection that was going through every 100 years, I decided to sacrifice my life, my soul, and my free will to allow Armoros to be free. She will take it upon every bit of her own power to make me regret that decision. I'm here. I lost that. And in the process, I lost everything that I had. I am sorry that you lost your friend. But this is war. We all lose people. I've lost everyone I have loved. And there are 4 people to blame for that. One of them, I'm going to go hunt right now and deal with her. If you want to join, you are welcome. With her, if we're able to stop her, she can help us find Ira. But we cannot take care of Ira in the position we're in. She is immortal. So we need some assistance. It's not just go run out and deal with the problem and take care of it. This is not that kind of situation. This is a think about it, do it right. It's a one and done situation. If you fuck up, there's no second chances. To be honest with you, I am downright terrified. And to be extra honest with you, the person I'm going to hunt is a god. But to kill someone like Ira, a god is who we need. But she's not going to take it lying down. She's going to fight. And I'll do what I can to show her that the title of God means very little in this situation. So, you want revenge? I tell you can have it. But I tell you that it's not going to be today. It's not going to be tomorrow. But if you help me with what I can do, I promise you can have it. As she puts her hand down in the direction of Silic. Doesn't even say anything. As Silic's echoes disappear. As he resheathes his sword. As she just kind of rests her hands on the table and just leans in towards you. Now, I'm sorry of what has happened. I'm sorry that your friend is dying. But from what I understand, is that due to some way, your friend is able to revive her. So, we can cut the shit, and we can go get this job done. She stands back up. I do not think I'm going to be sitting on the sidelines for this. As she looks back and she puts her hands on Norrin's shoulder. She looks at all of you. We'll go with. This is as much our problem as it is yours. I will call in some soldiers from outside the fort to help defend whoever's going to stay to help your friend cover healing. But the more that we have to go, the better. This isn't a waiting situation. This is a choose now before she finds out that we're coming. She just unsheathes her sword and immediately puts it on the table and just rests it and just lets go. Nora just takes his staff and puts it on the table and lays it right on top. I'm offering up my blade for us to work together. Nora says, I'm offering up my staff. Silik walks up forward and puts down his sword. As they look at you. So what about it?
Helga's gonna raise her hand because she doesn't know if she's actually allowed to speak yet or not without getting, Yeah.
As like awkward, like Serena just kind of like whispers at you, just fucking talk.
We need to talk with the others first. We can't make a decision for everyone with only part of the party here. At least that's how I feel about it. How about you, Murph? I'm down for revenge, but we gotta make sure everyone else is on board.
I'm going no matter what, but you're right. The rest should know. You can
Very
go.
well. Go talk to your friends. It is completely understandable. You're a team, you're a family. Go ahead, go talk to them. But, with or without you, we're leaving within the hour.
In the hour?
Nobody's gonna...
I thought you were saying this wasn't gonna happen for a couple days.
No, she said this is happening right away before she figures out that you guys are coming. The revival won't happen for another couple days.
Right.
Yeah. So, what she's implying is that if you guys wait too long, the person you guys are hunting is going to know you're coming.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to do this as quickly as possible to make sure she doesn't know to get a sleight of hand on them.
Yeah.
But Serafina is so pissed she's willing to do this with or without you guys. But she knows that she can't do it on her own. So she's hoping that you guys will join her. What she's telling you is that obviously Xander can't go. Fehnra can't go. So she's gonna contact some soldiers to meet up. The ones that aren't in the fort, that did not get exposed to this murder. To defend them during this process. Before you guys have to walk out, Mixus immediately raises her hand. I don't want to go anywhere from Fehnra. I'll stay. I'll stay with Xander. As she just goes over by and she just hangs on to Serafina's hand. I'll take care of it. As they just kind of like hold hands and she immediately starts running in and starting to charge over to the inn.
I guess really the only person we gotta go talk to about it is Renora. Xander
she's-
can't go.
And I think she's in the middle of a nap right now, so
Nora's trying to get a long
So-
rest because I literally expended
Wake
all
up.
my shit on the last battle, so I'm not gonna
Right.
be of any help anyway. But sure.
Magic exists. Magic.
What magic? You're our only magic caster, and you're in the middle of
I know. I
something.
mean, in the game.
Well-
man.
Both Serafina and Norn are magic casters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not too-
So, DM the players. When you guys start this, she's gonna give you an ability to get a full rest. So you guys aren't gonna go there like exhausted and damaged.
We
But
are
yeah.
gonna go
Okay,
there.
I was like,
I was like,
no.
all right, here we go
No,
to die.
don't
like-
take that into account. Don't take that into account. So she's gonna.
Okay.
So to imply for people to know, Serafina's an Ultra tonight, but she also has racial powers of a Phoenix, so she has the ability to heal. She can't revive.
Okay.
She's also a fire genasi, so most of her power is based on, fire.
Yeah.
Norin, now it's like Norin F. He's a monk
Naff.
warlock. So his magic is going to be darker, but he will have some curatives available for you. So they're both going to be essential healers, but also damage dealers. And they're both going to be level 20s with a lot of racial bonuses.
Cool. Yeah.
Because you guys are going to go fight a god. I'm not going to have you guys
We
go
can
do that at your
essentially
level.
just get a long rest, and that's all
Oh,
I
thanks,
really need.
DM. I'm so, thank you for considering.
As a player, I'm down. My character
level
is still gonna be
8s.
pretty sassy about it, though,
Yeah, of course.
Alright.
until she knows about that. But
Okay, so Helga, you go over to the inn, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I go and just as soon as like she leaves the tent, though, she's gonna let out the like loudest cry that she can because she's still so goddamn angry, and she
Yeah.
just like needs to like
Still holding
let
that
out
rage.
some of her rage because she is
Yeah,
so
big
upset.
rage.
And then she's gonna go make sure Murph doesn't do anything like she tried to do.
I think
And,
Murph is gonna help you more than you're helping.
Shut up, cleric. Do your job, cleric.
Do your job, cleric.
Do your job,
cleric.
Heal the party, cleric.
why don't you
You have
heal
selected
fear, not
basic
clear?
healing. That will be 15,000 gold now.
Don't piss off the person bringing me back.
Right? So-
Concentrating.
You
So,
let
yeah,
out
no,
your
eventually
yell.
we'll go back and explain the situation to Renora and get Renora's
Wake me up
attempt
to
to.
explain the situation.
Before we
yeah,
go, yeah, we will.
before we go. Don't leave me hanging like a yo-yo, guys.
Hey, yo!
By this time, Murph, you can tell like a couple things are going on inside the tent because you didn't follow Helgi, so stay behind. First off, it looks like Serafina is using some kind of device to communicate to other people. As you can say, for anybody in the area, you need some guards in the area. I'm sure you know what's going on, but we need some people protected as we head out of the fort. We'll explain it to you when you get here. It just sends out like a signal. Norna this time is conjuring something on Valeris. Looks like he's trying to secure the actual shackles. But it's taking him some time to do so. As he looks at Serafina, we're not going to be able to be here to take care of him. What are we going to do with him? Too much fucking shit going on at the same time. I'd say we could bring him with us, but that's going to be a hindrance. We can't ask anybody to watch him. They're like talking back and forth. At this point, you see Silico walk off to like another spot of the tent, and he grabs like this container. He grabs a couple mugs. He walks over to Murph and he pulls out a chair. As he just slides one mug to you, just starts pouring it with some ale. All shitting aside, big guy. I don't mean any harm. Just had to get shit all straightened out. As he comes down, he just kind of knocks his mug against yours and he starts drinking.
That's all well and good. But what I said I meant. I want fucking vengeance.
And you'll
No
get it.
matter who's in the way.
You'll get it. Just be patient.
Hey, Renora! Hey, Renora! Hey, Renora!
Oh
hey,
my
Renora!
god, what? What do you
Brother
want?
can't get any rest around here. Shit.
Honestly, like,
Ringy dingy.
Meanwhile, Xander's like,
Yeah. Hey, Xander! Hey, Xander! Hey,
like,
Xander!
not trying to fall asleep. Like,
Yeah, right?
nah.
And then she'll
We're
give
sorry, the cleric
Renora the
you tried to
rundown
call
of
is
the...
disconnected.
Yep. I'm trying to reach you about your
Man.
Chariot's extended warranty. Hey, we're
Are
going
they
to kick
gonna,
someone's
like-
ass. You want in? We're
Yeah.
gonna go find Ira and kick her ass.
yeah,
We're leaving now, though.
Let's go. Let's go kick some ass. You good, Xander? And it's like she's not even gonna look at you, and it's just like
I'm
give
just
you
gonna-
a thumbs up and
I'm
walk
gonna-
out.
I am gonna tell Xander that Serafina's allegedly sending reinforcements to help protect you during this process.
Sure, I'll give like a head nod.
After that...
Um,
oh, go ahead.
Renora, did you want to leave your... Because is your sending stone to someone specific, Renora? Or is it just a
think-
sending stone?
I think it's to Silic.
You have the sending stone that was originally Dahlia's. So yes, it goes to Silic.
Yes.
Do you
okay.
maybe want to leave that with Xander? Because if Silik's coming with us, then at least Xander can get a hold
yeah,
of Silik.
that, smart. And then I'm just gonna
I-
toss it at Xander, not really paying attention. So if it bops you in the face, sorry.
Just
Fearna's
my
like,
body,
please
you know?
don't
Will
break
he be able to
concentration.
use it though, or will that break his concentration?
Well, I meant like
Yeah.
after the revival's done.
he can
So-
concentrate on it while he's actually talking to Stone. Stone doesn't require him
Got
to
it,
concentrate
okay.
on that.
Okay.
You can still do
Okay.
things during this, but the more
right.
active you are,
Well,
the more you're going to get
yawning now,
exhausted.
I'm like,
Right.
yeah,
Here's a
while-
bottle of booze and some meat
and some bread.
and some bread. And here's
A
a
loaf of
barrel of
bread,
grain.
Oh, my
Here's
favorite.
Yeah, like
Here's
Uh,
here's a
stuff in
keg
your
of
lap.
rice.
You got these health potions, some bread, some loose meat.
Here's some
Helga-
fish. It's gonna go bad in a couple days.
Helga, at this
Some
point,
Pepper.
at once.
Uh-huh.
just to make this more dramatic, at this
Of
point,
course.
Ooh.
you start to get a straight pain to your body, like a feeling that's like, you know, like when someone's you had that like chill down your spine, like someone's walking over a grave, but this is like way 10 times
Uh-huh.
worse.
Like double over pain, or like can
Like-
still function and walk pain.
You can still walk it, but you just feel like something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time you felt like this was when you were back over in Khalid,
Mm-hmm.
and you can feel like almost like the pain of your shoulder has returned, or your chest.
Great.
But it's like temporary. You just feel like something just temporary just happened. Like you almost kind of got like maybe your connection to it. Something's gonna happen in like 1 minute.
Is it like she instinctually reaches to grab where the handprint scar was? Is it there? Can she feel like his mark?
It's not
back
there
on her?
anymore. It's just like your body's feeling. It's like your body's responding to like a community.
Like a fan
It's like
pain?
it's remembering a pain that happened when something happened. So it's not like it's actually really
Okay.
happening to you. It's like your body's reactivating to
Triggered
a
by
pain,
it, yeah.
and it's due to something that's happening right now that your body's recognizing, but you don't know what it is.
Mhm. Okay.
You okay? Because I'm gonna see that.
Yeah. I think I'll be okay. I don't know. I mean, I did tell Zula that she could take my strength to help Xander, but I don't know if she meant that she took that literally or not, but I think I'll be okay. Just she kind of like shakes out like a dog, and she kind of like readjusts herself, and like, you know, think it'll be. Why are you counting, DM? I don't like
to see
this.
how long you're gonna wait to do some.
All right.
I told you you
Well,
had 1
yeah.
minute before the time happens.
Well, we're still walking back towards the.
I
tent
mean,
while
I'm
we're
gonna
talking.
like get away from everybody, because I'm just gonna tell everyone like that I don't feel good and I need a minute, and I'll
Are we
meet you
not
guys
at
at
the tent?
I'll meet
Or
you
no, I
guys
think
at
She's going on.
Are we on our way
somewhere.
back, or are we already at the tent when this
I'm
happens?
assuming you guys are still in the room.
Oh,
no,
I
we
thought
were-
we were.
yeah.
out.
yeah, we
walking
made sure
at
that
this
Xander
point.
had food and meat, and
Okay.
Yeah.
we're walking, and
they're
I'm just
on their
gonna
way
tell
to the tent.
Renora that I don't feel well and that I'll meet her at the tent and kind of like draw back and just try and keep.
So
Okay.
about halfway to a tent, you start to feel the pain again, and it's agonizing. It's like it's hitting you right in your core, as you just feel like a slow motion and a buzz in your ear, like something terrible is gonna happen in 2 seconds. Into the tent. Immediately, Murph, to your eyes, you just like slow motion to see immediately a blast of energy as Norn gets thrown back. And immediately you just see these pale white hands come out of like the shadow around Valeris and just grab him. Hold him. As you immediately see his body form of this pale white humanoid with long silver hair grab and smile and immediately pull him into the shadows.
He's gonna instantly stand up, the arm igniting his other gun. The fuck was that?
Oh shit. As Silik immediately runs up, trying to grab to the portal as quickly as possible, it shuts like 2 seconds before he gets there. Seraphina Quicks runs over to Norn to check that he's alright. God damn it! As just looks. You hear from Mixus. That was the guy.
fucking guy?
The guy that we found in the caves. That's the guy.
We'll get the others.
At this point, like, Mixus is about to, like, go run and get, but she can see that, like, Helga is, like, almost there. And, like, immediately runs to you, seeing that you're in pain.
Get away!
I'm gonna hold Mixus back, because, like, I would have been a little bit out of range, but, like, not at the tent yet.
Okay. At this point,
So
the
I'll
pain
intercept
stops, Helga.
Mixus.
It's almost like your
Okay.
body is recognizing Malik.
Yep, I knew that's who you were talking about.
Son of a bee.
I do I get would I be able to, like, get a sense if he's able to, like how he was able to track me, or just, like...
You don't think he was actually able to track you. What it is that you had a curse on you that was attached to Tor,
Mm-hmm.
and the curse was only revived when you found Malik.
Yeah.
So once
So
the
I
curse
have a
was
ping
gone,
of-
it was attached to essentially Malik. So now your body just has like a phantom response to Malik's presence.
Okay.
So you kind of had like a spider sense warning, kind of like that Malik was coming. Your body was
Like
reacting
Harry
to it.
Potter's scar.
Yeah.
Kind of,
That's true.
yeah, kind of thing like that. Like,
Yes!
like your body somehow
Finally!
subconsciously knew that Malik was coming, and your body automatically assumed that, like, oh god, we're in pain again.
He's
kind of like
coming
that.
for me, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not. He's not coming for you. He came to take Valeris.
Right, obviously. Why wouldn't he?
I love it.
Hey, look, that solves the problem of someone watching him while we're gone. Crazy, right?
As they
Um,
all start fighting about what the fuck to do.
I'm just gonna yell into the tent, that was Malik!
Yeah. As Silic just like, no offense, but we know. As they just look
Anyway,
at each
I
other.
heard you were gonna heal us.
Priorities.
All business.
I'd imagine that
All
at this
business
point,
here.
is
So-
it still raining outside or no?
Yeah, it's still raining.
Okay, I'd
It's
imagine
still
that,
raining,
like,
actually.
Helga is a combination of, like, you know, like, when you get the flu really bad and you, like, start sweating? So, like, I'd imagine that she, like, is sweating from being in so much pain, but then she's also standing in the rain, so it's, like, wet dog, but also, like,
Sweaty wet dog.
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 Mmm. Yum, yum,
Juicy.
Like a wet dog covered in
Literally.
gym socks.
Yeah.
I don't have to be there for that.
Mm.
Right, Fehnra?
As
Thank goodness there's no smell-o-vision.
Silic just like looks, it's like, from what I was told is that you guys missed out on something over back in Shadowfell. I was able to talk to the Hellforger. Now it's better time than any. He takes out like this little... It looks like a summoning stone, but it's more of kind of like a rod. He moves out to the center. He's like, alright. He just immediately just stabs into the ground as he immediately is like, alright, fuck! And he starts like running back as immediately like the rod immediately expands to like a big, huge freaking hobble. Well, hopefully you guys got what you needed to do. As he opens up the door and lets you guys in.
As Helga walks past Stillick, she's just gonna look at him and just go, I'm sorry, man. It's war. I got a little heated. I'm trying to be better at controlling my temper, but obviously not there yet.
It's like, don't worry about it. I totally understand. I have a friend that's just like you. Totally get it.
Gonna have to tell me more about this friend. I feel like we'd get along.
So the
Uh,
hobble is that
the Hellforge?
The Hellforger?
It's a Hellforge. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys weren't able.
Cool.
You guys weren't able to communicate to him. You left too early, so Silic was able to get a way to transport him here. To allow you guys to complete your thing.
Awesome.
So
Come.
to fast forward it,
Demon
Hellforge is gonna give you something that you're gonna be allowed to do. You guys already have the demonic parts. You guys sell some weapons.
I got a fucking stick.
You got a tree.
All I got was...
Come get some.
I'm gonna poke of doom.
So you guys have an option of what you can do.
Okay.
you can choose to say, here is just the basic necessities. Here's the demonic parts. Here's some material. You guys can get something simple. Or, this is a forger. He can forge anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can even take all the materials you have currently, aka any weapons you're not using, and forge them together to become one weapon.
Renora's like, oh,
So,
dink.
You don't
with
say.
the exception of god weapons, because they're attached to your soul and they can't be given away, if you have anything, you can essentially give them to him along with the demonic piece that's the holder, that's the essential central point. And essentially what it's going to do is it's going to make a new piece that actually has proficiencies to the others. Here's the
Hell yeah.
drawbacks. If you decide to say, here's a bow that has these properties and here's a sword that has these properties, he's going to ask you what kind you want, bow or sword. Meaning that you might not get all of them because some of them are specifically to either a ranged weapon or a melee weapon. So just take that into account. So, we are going to take a 10-minute break. We're going to let these players think about it. FY
Good. I was just about to
Fehnra,
ask.
even though you're dead, we'll just say that someone's doing it for you, so you can at least do something for this. So,
What about Xander? Would he get upgrades too?
yeah, Xander can do it too.
Okay.
So, we're just going to
You
do
get
this.
an upgrade.
You get one too, and then when I'll talk to Mixus tomorrow if she's feeling better, and then she can just do it offline. So we're going to take a 10-minute break, let people go to the bathroom, think about what they want to do, and we'll be right back.
Cool.
Alright, we're back, letting the players figure out what they want to do for the Hellforge.
Thinking. It's giving us options on a menu, guys.
So yeah, look at your inventory of what you got, and just try to figure out, of the 4 kind of items you can have, what kind do you like, and then what would you like to essentially give up. With the amount of stuff you guys have, you don't have to give them any gold, you don't have to give them any extra materials, you just need to give them thematic pieces. And you can only take magical items, so you can't just give them, like, here's just, like, 50 regular short swords.
Damn it. Well, there goes my plan. Just to hand him a pile.
This isn't any kind of, like, Pokemon fusion shit. Like, we're not going to be breeding some
pile of
fucking
swords,
animal.
like...
No.
Did
This isn't breeding. No, yeah.
Alright, I'm ready when...
Okay, so
good.
Murph's ready, so what do you want to do, Murph?
I am going to give him Seraphina's Crimson Cloak.
Okay. Yes. Let's see. Alright, hang on. Let's see. Let's go to...
Yeah, let me know when you're ready for the next one.
Okay, so... Okay.
I'm going to give him the Beowulf Gauntlet.
Oh yeah, because you don't really use that as much.
Especially since he's got the other one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to get, and then I'm just going to give him the werewolf mantle that I took down in the crypts, the skin I took, and also the staff that I got from the mother tree.
Okay. And what kind of item are you looking to get? Are you want a weapon, armor, cloak? Which kind?
Weapon.
Weapon? I'm assuming you want something like a glove?
Yeah, I mean, you know me.
Okay, cool.
You know my flavor of pain. I trust you.
Okay. Anybody else ready?
Here's your one chance, fans, don't let me down.
I am ready.
Alright, what do you got?
I would like to give him Renora's dress leather and my +3 breastplate. I would like to get like the benefits from the breastplate with the look of the dress leather and the elemental immunity from the dress leather, if possible. I don't know if that's
How it works.
how it works or
Is that
anything
all
like
you wanna
that,
give? Is
but
there
that's
anything
like
else
what
you
I'm
wanna put on?
thinking in my head. Sorry.
Is there anything else you want to give?
Um,
You can give weapons out to increase the power of an armor.
sure. Okay.
In that case.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, does it have to, like, can it be any weapon? Can I give him just like the basic weapons that I have to add on?
As long as they're magical in some way, shape, or form.
So
So
magical,
like you could
it
do.
would have to be.
So if it's magical, it has to be at least a +1, or at least has to have some kind of bonuses. Like for example, the
Okay.
bow patient defense, that's a magical weapon.
Gotcha. Yeah. I actually. Yeah, because I have another bow. Huh?
Well, while you're thinking about that,
I'm gonna add on my +1 dagger to that.
+1 dagger. Okay. All right. Anybody else ready? Looks like Fehnra, maybe. Okay.
I'm gonna give him my heavy crossbow.
And
That
what's
has
the? Oh, go ahead.
It has a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls
Okay.
made with this magic weapon.
Mhm.
And I'm going to give him the Crimson Acolyte, which is the blade deals an extra 2d6 damage. When you successfully hit a target no larger than one size larger than you, they are wounded and can't be healed for 3 turns, and I am wondering if I can put that into my heavy crossbow.
Okay. Got it. Anything else you want to give out other than those 2 items? Like I was saying before, you can choose to give armor to make a weapon if you want. If you got extra cloaks or armor, if you like.
I like my armor, and I still like my cloak, so I'm
Got
not
it.
going to give that up.
Okie dokie. Anybody else?
Sure. I could do my golden flame tongue and my emerald halberd. I'm looking to like enhance the halberd.
And what halberd?
The
emerald one.
halberd.
What halberd? And that's what you want. You want the halberd?
Yeah. And
Okay.
could
Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
and so can he take like my crimson cloak and the dress leather and enhance my armor, like my overall armor?
He's
or-
only going to make you one thing. So if you
Oh,
want to,
okay. I'll
if
do the
you-
weapon.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll do that. Okay.
All right, Helga.
Cool. I'm gonna take the emerald great axe. Let's see. Seraphina's crimson cloak. If possible, my circlet of divine resistance, which is the one necklace I'm not currently wearing.
Okay.
And put that all into the warping axe and bracer. And is there any way that the Mr. Grant Hellforge can take the bracer and make it more of a glove, so that way if I wanted to get bracers, I could technically wear both of them?
That can't be a thing because you can't wear two braces at the same time.
Ah.
So,
So I can't make the bracer into just a hand glove, so that way I can
you
wear.
can make it into a glove, but by all standards of D&D, if you're wearing it on your hand, you can only have one piece of magic
Got it,
material in
okay.
your hand. So,
Just like Murph only has one gauntlet.
yeah, essentially. So, like, yeah, if you decide to put that on, but you decide to put on a bracer, it would negate the magical properties of the glove, or vice
Okay.
versa.
That's why I made shin blades.
Okay, so you want to put in the Emerald Great Axe, Seraphina's Crimson
Emerald
Cloak, and
Great-
Circulated Divine Resistance, and add it to the Warping Axe and Bracer?
Yes, and I do have a couple oils of sharpness that can always.
He's
Go
not
on there,
taking
too.
any- He doesn't take
Okay.
any potions or anything like that. Okay. Alright, cool.
Yep,
so
so
I
those
added
three.
those in. I will do some research on those before we have the next session, so I have something ready for you guys.
I have
Um,
one more thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I add my emerald great axe to that and hope that it puts in extra damage for the devils and demons?
Sure.
Yeah, essentially that's what I was kind of. That was the
Okay,
idea.
so-
That-
At the bare minimum, add it to whatever you guys are adding. You guys are going to get a few bonuses off these. First off, you're going to get advantage against any creature that has the term devil or demon in their name. You will... any creature that is considered immortal is not immortal against these weapons. And all these weapons will be considered indestructible. So natural ones will not break them.
Could have done this to Winged Vengeance, but I need a
You can't do it the
faraway
way.
weapon.
Yeah, you can't. You
Oh, no.
can't give them your god weapons.
Okay. Then I made a good choice.
You can't make your god weapon better. That's
Uh,
OP. OP.
So-
Sorry, what was
God.
the second thing again?
Okay, so the three things you get: advantage against any creature that's considered a devil or demon.
Okay.
If they are immortal, they can't be immortal when this weapon is actually attacking them. So if you're attacking them,
We can.
much like if you were attacking Ura with these weapons, she actually would have been actually taking damage instead of actually just been immortal to them. And these
Okay.
weapons are considered indestructible. So no matter what happens to them, even if you get consistent natural ones, their powers will not degrade.
Oh shoot, I should have got a weapon.
But you got OP armor. You got some OP armor.
Well, for
got
you,
armor,
you're
yeah.
you're
Why?
ju-
Why would you need a weapon? You're always hiding in the bushes, anyways.
Well, none of my weapons can affect her.
Mm.
Calm down, Helga.
So in your case, because so
Spicy.
your armor wouldn't break. In your case, you would just get extra AC. So
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, well, here we
You're
are.
gonna be thick.
if you want to change it to something
Clankety
else, you're more than
clank,
welcome
clank,
to do so.
I personally would rather have the armor, but like you saying the thing about the weapons, I'm like, dang, I should have. Oh well, that's okay.
Sure.
Clankety clank, 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 clank.
We'll still move on. We'll pretend that he gave you the weapons, but
Mhm.
I wanted some research to make sure I'm giving everybody a fair weapon and
Sweet.
armor. So, as you guys start getting everything prepared, you start seeing Seraphina start.
Oh, could I add my Keurig leg, the little bug leg, too?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. If that was.
It says it's a
considered
magic
Add all
made
your
with this.
bug parts?
I mean,
Made
it's
with
a
this
magical
magic weapon.
thing, but it wouldn't really do anything for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, I still have this like cricket leg.
They'll put it on a little chain on the end of the weapon.
Yep.
Yeah, you get a little charm on it, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turtle shell.
Yep.
Never forget.
The
Simpler times, my guys. Simpler times.
Seraphina starts changing her armor to less princess and more battle ready. As Slick starts changing his outfit to have a more battle hardened look. As he looks over to Serena and lets her know, I prefer you to stay here. Make sure you protect the area. Stick with their group that's staying back. Help them protect. As he gives her a big hug and allows her to go over to the inn. At this point, you see a total of 4 soldiers come in. 3 of them have specifically the colors of the Heartwind Guild on them. The browns, reds, grays. Coming in is immediately 3 of them come right in the tent and Seraphina, thank you for coming in so urgently. There's a few soldiers that are within the inn. If you can just make sure that they are protected. They can handle themselves, but they're dealing with a very delicate spell right now, and they need to make sure that they're not interrupted. Of course, my princess. Let's immediately head on. As you see a 3rd one come in. Due to the request of one of our players, you see a tabaxi walk in. Immediately walk up, and this one is not wearing the colors. Requested specifically by Seraphina to be recruited into the cause. Fehnra, do you want to say who this character is?
Princess, I am yours to command. So you guys see a tabaxi come in, and she's kind of like a darker calico, and she has a hood up and daggers, and she's just kind of walking silently. You can't hear her walk in at all.
Smell a cat. I don't like this.
Do you want to say who this?
Yes.
Do you see it? Do you want to say where we've heard this? Where we've seen this character before?
It was.
Does
one of
Amanda
the
remember where we
one-shot
see this?
campaigns?
Yeah.
So this was her character during the Christmas campaign, during the Christmas one.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh.
Murder mittens.
Murder.
Oh god.
Eminem.
That's fun.
So, as she assembles everyone together, she looks at everyone, Seraphina specifically. I understand we all have going to take a little bit of time to get used to each other, but I appreciate everyone being here to get everybody understanding of what's going on before we head out, to make sure we're all on the same page. First off, our long-term goal: find Ira, kill her. But we can't take a direct route there. We need some help. I know we got a band together right now, and it looks powerful. But we need a little bit more. And therefore, we're going to go find an old friend of mine. An old friend of ours. But, much like Alaire Valerian, she's become a bit of a nuisance. Lost a little bit of her grace. I am a princess of this area, but I'm not a commander. She is. She built this army up while I was gone. She ran it, she controlled it. And with her back, we can get the army back. But she's going to need a little bit of convincing. And if needed to, we might have to beat her up a little bit. That being said, first task ahead, we're going to go find one of the gods of fate and destiny, Virith, and kill her. And that's where we're going to end it.
Dun. Wow.
Dun dun dun.
Gonna go
I'm
find.
gonna get the god kid.
Gonna go find V. Oh,
Cool.
no.
Ren's a bitch and V's gonna be dead. This is gonna be great.
Man, we
Every
get the
warrior
family
under
back
my
together.
command owes me 100 God scalp.
So,
And I want my scalp.
player to DM the player. When a god gets killed, if they still have a mortal body, they get reverted back to normal form. So her answer is to say, "Let's kill her, so she's no longer a god."
Yeah, let's remove the god out of the god.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much.
take the
Okay.
god out of the god. The
Yeah,
god flex
Because
out of the god.
she's not like a regular god that actually had to sacrifice their body and then they ascended to something else. They just transformed. They don't have their physical bodies are still their physical bodies, so they still exist within those shells of gods. So, yeah. So,
Oh man, there's so many implications.
that being said, a little bit of a thing for everybody who's watching and for anybody who doesn't know yet. Based off my timeline for this, we have a vacation coming up on the 21st. I know some of you can't be here for it. We'll still do it digitally. But if everybody's in here in person, that session's planned to be that battle. So, we're gonna
Oh
get
boy.
Baby girl on vacation!
So, I know you all can't be here for that Thursday, but if you're not, we can still get you shot in through cam. But for anybody here in person, that's going to be the shot we're going to have for that. So,
It's gonna be a murder
Oh,
case.
boy.
it's murder case.
You
Uh,
stop it! Leave my baby girl alone.
But with the next sessions we have, our players Andrew will be taken over as his old character Norin, and Amber, which is not here right now, will be taking over Seraphina.
Hell yeah.
So, and Amanda will be taking over
The
Murder
Murder
Mittens.
Mermittens. Mermitten paws.
I just love how we now have like canine feline going on in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
So,
great.
So
Amanda,
sexy.
I'm gonna have to remember to give you some just random, really good weapons for Murder Mittens, because otherwise she's gonna be way out of. It's not gonna
That's
work.
Out of the
okay.
league.
I have to change
We're gonna
her
have to give you
sheet 'cause I forgot she's still
Yeah,
a warlock,
I'm
not a
gonna
rogue.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make you a new character, so we'll make you a sheet in there.
What is Murder Mitten's actual name?
Mira,
Oh.
Mira Shadowpaw.
That's right, because you had one
Murder
name and you
Mittens.
decided to say that Murder Mittens was like better, so we switched to Murder Mittens
Yeah.
or something like that.
That's her known name.
It's her
to
code name.
associates. Mermins.
Murder.
You do not
Murder
fuck with
Mittens.
Murder Mittens.
You don't.
Hey, I'm gonna go.
There's two bloody M's in the side of the wall. The Murder Mittens.
It's like Zorro. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that being said, thank you everybody for watching the stream, and everybody have a nice weekend, and we will see you next time.
Internet.